gold medalists and Olympic champions, Great Britain.
You aim to win an Olympic gold medal, you win an Olympic gold medal, job done, move on to the next thing. But obviously it's a bit more emotional than that. It's very easy just to think about yourself every day and what you've got to do training. You forget about what's going on, and that's part of being an athlete. You have to focus on yourself a lot and be selfish at times. But then when you're stood on the podium on your own, you're just with your teammates, looking back at the crowd, I think that's when it really hit me. You just go to realise how many people you've kind of impacting and are following, have been following your journey. Those moments are great when you get to share all that with your friends and family. Leaving rowing was quite a hard decision. In some ways it's quite easy to look back now and be like, wow, you're stuck in your ways of training every day. And I actually went back training for a little bit and didn't quite have the same motivation. I kind of spoken to a few of the guys before who had been in there and done it, and they said the same thing. They said, there's more to life than rowing, and this has been a great part of my life, and I kind of wanted to move on to something else. Yeah, my time at university wasn't completely wasted with rowing. I did get an engineering degree. I'd always wanted to get back into sailing, but I thought obviously the time I'd had out and the way things had gone, I'd applied for a few things that hadn't really worked out, that it wasn't going to happen. And I actually got a phone call from Chris Draper and Dylan Fletcher who set up the British team in 2019 for season 1. So they asked me if I wanted to get back into sailing. There was this position available as a grinder for SailGP, kind of got to explain the concept, but obviously back then it was so early. But I jumped at the opportunity to get back involved, to be involved in sport at the highest level and representing your country again. The role of a grinder has changed over the last 10 years with more high performance boats coming in, and the role itself has just become more and more physical. I guess the crossover between kind of the rowing training and the high performance and the kind of levels of fitness that are expected in that sport, and then bringing it into sailing, the crossover's got a lot smaller there, which is great. Obviously there's an element of the grinding role which you have to know what's going on the boat, you have to understand sailing. Having Ben and Hannah a part of the team is pretty amazing, and being able to go out there sailing and kind of just seeing them operate, and I'm very fortunate to be part of the comms loop and listen to the way they think around the course, and you do just get to see just kind of the level that they're at in terms of sailing, and it's a great team to be a part of. We've got such a great amount of experience in other areas of sailing, and then trying to bring that all together into SailGP, which is always changing. You've always got to be ready for the unexpected. The bit in sport that matters to me is when you get that release and that relief from all the effort you've put in beforehand into however long it is, whether it's 1 minute, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, however long you've pushed yourself for in that race, you then get to finish line and you stop and you take it all in. You take in the noises of the boats, the sounds and the cheers of the crowd, and just kind of, you can just sense the kind of emotion in your whole teammates, and that's what I do it for. That's what the sport is there for, and that's what brings the best out of me. We know it's a long season, and in this game it's about being consistent and having that understanding that yes, you want to go out and win races, but also you want to make sure you're there come the final, have a shot at that, winning the season overall. So we know we've got a really strong team, and the closeness and togetherness that we've got, we can get through a lot of the bad times, because we've had plenty of those over the last couple of seasons. So hopefully this season we just kind of click into the next mode and we can push on through.